why would he settle down with just one woman? I mean, he's attractive, he's good looking, he has swag, he probably worked on his confidence, he's did everything he had to do, he's started a business, he's really built his life up. So in his mind, he's thinking, why should I just settle down with little old you? I mean, what makes you so special? And the vast majority of women think that they're special.
I don't know why it's so hard to find a good guy in this generation. Like, I'm just trying to love you, give you my heart and my throat. I mean soul. I mean soul.
All I seem to run across are boys. Guys that don't want to treat women right, just want to hurt us and break our hearts. Where are the men, keyword men, who genuinely want to treat a woman right?
One of the big arguments or comments that I've seen is that women are picking really, really good looking guys and they're not giving guys who are not as attractive a chance. When it comes to dating apps, I do think that women tend to be pickier because it's this whole, you know what it's like. We're all on our phones all the time and we're swiping right, swiping left. We're not reading things. We're just moving a mile a minute. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's the way things are now, unfortunately. I don't think it's a good thing, but it's just the way things are. And I think I was just really sad because all these men who've been commenting are like, there's no hope for me and blah, it's over. So I was just watching this TikTok video and it was talking about how the top 20% of men on dating apps, like the most attractive men on dating apps, like the top 20% match with the top 80% of women. So that means that they're just swiping right and just like, okay. Now, if you're an attractive woman and you're like in the top 20% of attractiveness on these dating apps, then you're probably only matching with that 20% of men. And that 20% of men, well, they're picking from 80% of the dating app and they ain't looking to settle down. I don't think I'm mad hearing that statistic, but it's definitely disheartening. And I'm not sitting here being like, oh, woe is me. I'm so hot and I can't get anybody. I just think all of us just have way too much access now. The hot guys are guys, and so they want to F everything, so they're just swiping on everything, and they're matching with 80%. The hot women are, just forced to see in this photo of these guys and aren't being able to get to know them on a deeper level and, actually to know them as a person. I just, can it be the 90s again and, someone can just come up to me in a grocery store and give me their number and then, leave a nice, voicemail on my answering machine? It's too much to ask.
The 80-20 rule. Keeping a lot of women single, miserable, and alone. Guys, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Invest in cat food and box wine because you're going to make a lot of money. Here's the real reason why she's frustrated and upset at the 80-20 rule. It's because she's average to below average looking. Let's just be honest. You'll give her a 4 out of 5 on a really good day. See, she can't, just like most women can't, attract and keep a guy who's in the top 20% because every woman thinks that they're special. Most women don't have the relationship skills. They don't have the skill set to be able to not just attain, but to keep that guy who's top tier, who has the six-pack abs, who makes 6 figures, and who over 6 feet tall. This is what every woman wants. They want a guy who every other woman wants. But most women don't know how to keep that guy. So what they do is they just have sex with that dude. Those dudes smash those women, and they keep it moving. Because every man wants sexual access of some sort, right? Let's just be honest. Women want security. They want a guy who can protect them and give them a better life. But think about it. If a guy is top tier, why would he settle down with just one woman? I mean, he's attractive, he's good looking, he has swag, he probably worked on his confidence, he's did everything he had to do, he's started a business, he's really built his life up. So in his mind, he's thinking, why should I just settle down with little old you? I mean, what makes you so special? And the vast majority of women think that they're special. They think they don't have to work hard for a man. They think they don't have to keep a man. They just think that, okay, I'm just going to show up and I'll give you some wet box on occasion and we can have sex. And then after that, that's it. This is why so many women are confused and they're alone because they want a top tier guy and they're neglecting the bottom 80% of men. They say, well, I deserve a guy who's in the top 20%. How many times have you heard that before? I'm a really attractive woman, so I deserve a guy who makes 6 figures. And these women make 25 to 30,000 a year, if that, and they want a guy who's really made something of himself. It's insane. A lot of these women, they have multiple kids by different men. Most of them haven't stepped in the gym since high school. They don't work out. They're overweight. They're out of shape. They don't have good dieting. So it's like, why do you think you deserve that type of guy? It's insane when you really think about it, guys. So this is why women like her and so many women are single, because they're getting smashed. And let's be honest, if a guy is hypothetically an 8 out of 10, he'll hook up and have sex with a woman who's a 5, even a 6. Because it's like, okay, you know, I don't got to really date you. I don't have to take you out. I don't have to give you any sort of real attention, because those women want that guy who's 2 to 3 notches above them. This is why women say, I'm not an average girl. And they get upset and frustrated when you say, oh, you're just average at best, right? Because the vast majority of women think that I'm elite. I'm an attractive. So what makes you attractive? What makes you good looking? And they say, well, I'm just me. See, men have to work hard to become something. Men aren't just born with their value. They have to become something. They have to earn their value. Women are just given their value. So this is why they have a skewed sense of reality, right? This is why they wake up and they just think, okay, I'm God's gift to mankind. I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I'm this, I'm that. And on top of that, you got the media feeding them lies. You got the dating apps that aren't working. So all these women are getting on dating apps and are getting hundreds of matches and messages and likes from men. But those men just want to have sex with them. Those men don't want to commit to them. This is why she's really mad. Because she's like, man, she's basically on dating apps. She's doing this and that. And all these, girls who are attractive, who are in shape, who's good looking, they can get all these different guys and look at little on me. Well, what about the 80% of men that you're neglecting? See, this is what women don't want to deal with. They don't want to deal with those guys who are just average, who are hardworking, who are model citizens of society, who do everything they're supposed to do, who have a job, who have a degree, who make a decent living. For some reason, women think that they're just so much better than those guys. It blows my mind. So when women are single and alone, it's their fault, because they have access to a lot of guys. I mean, tons of dudes, but every woman is shooting for the stars. Every woman wants that guy who's top tier, but they don't want to do the work, and they don't even have a plan of action to keep that guy. We're not saying attract and just have sex. I mean, most women can do that, but can they keep that guy around? Does that guy care about him? Does that guy want to actually take him on dates and invest in him? See, most women, they operate from a kind of chance, roll the dice type of situation. So they meet a guy, and that guy is 2 to 3 notches better than them, attractive, makes more money, everything in a book. And then they're like, okay, if I give this guy sex, well, hopefully I'm so special enough and my box is so awesome that he's gonna stick around. Really? That guy who's attractive, who's on top of his game, who's going places in life, why would he stick around with you? What makes you so special? Just think about it. See, women don't think about this. And when you bring these conversations up, they say, well, you just don't like women. You live in your parents' basement. You're broke. No, this is reality. And the vast majority of women don't live in a reality. See, guys, men and women are on the same planet, right? They go to the same stores as you. You probably got them in school and in class, but they don't live in the same universe mentally. Just think about this. You wake up, you get on a dating app, you got all these dudes, or you got all these guys in your DM saying you're pretty, you're cute. But then they don't want those guys. And those guys are actually on her level. They're on the same level. But women are like, okay, you know what? My sense of reality is skewed. So let me shoot for the stars. And every woman wants that guy who's going to give them the most amazing life, even if they're just average or a basic. Basic chicks want amazing guys. This is what it comes down to. And these women are like, I don't want a basic guy. What's wrong with a basic guy? Matter of fact, a guy who works hard, who's quote unquote average as they call him, he's more qualified and he's a top tier just like everybody else. See, the vast majority of women, you don't understand that men are settling for you. So if a guy's a 6 out of 10 and a woman's a 6 out of 10, a man who's a 6 out of 10 is bringing way more to the table. Way more. He's protecting, he's providing, he's giving you some emotional and physical security, all these different things. A woman, you're pretty much kind of just there and you know, you give them a sex on occasion, you might cook them a meal, maybe. And it's like, so an average man who's on the same level as a woman, quote unquote, is actually much better and much more valuable than average female. and she says, you know, what happened to the guys who used to approach us in the grocery store like in the 90s? Well, you women don't even give off any good choosing signals. You have your head in your phone and you're kind of, you know, looking this way. So men are not just going to blindly approach you. And some men do this and they get rejected once, twice, 3 times. After that, they're like, man, I'm checking out of the game. So what are you ladies going to do? You're going to sit back and complain and say, well, I can't attract a certain guy. I can't get a certain guy to commit to me. Why does all these guys just want to hook up? You know why? Because they can. If a guy has the ability to hook up and have sex with women free of charge, no strings attached, why wouldn't he do that? Because here's the thing. If all you women were really attractive and you were really sought after and you were extremely good looking, you wouldn't be on here complaining like she is. You see, most women, they don't have supermodel looks. They're not IG models. They're not getting these contracts. They're not doing any of that. They're not worth all that. And so many women think they are until the rubber meets the road, until they get a real dose of reality. And they're like, man, I'm alone. I'm single. I'm petting my cat. I mean, why am I single and alone? You're single and alone because you neglect the 80% of men who you qualify for. See, all you women, you want to be with guys that you don't qualify for. And here's the thing. Those guys who are good looking, who make a lot of money, who are on top of their game, who have made something of themselves, they're not necessarily trying to settle down with the average looking girl. I mean, they're going on yachts, they're going to different places, and the vast majority of women want that lifestyle. Guys, if a woman was really attractive, she'd be out there over here, she'd be doing this, she'd be doing that, she'd be that. See, most women, they want to live this lavish lifestyle that they can't afford on another man's dime. And if those men don't give her that, they're like, well, I guess I'm going to be single forever. That's why you hear all these women say, I deserve this. I deserve. That D word, deserve. You never hear a man say, I deserve a woman who's going to cook for me and clean and be submissive. No. Men say, you know what? I got to get out here. I got to work. I got to become something in order for a woman to submit and serve and cook for me and do all these different things. Women just think that I'm just going to exist and you're going to serve me. That's a skewed, crazy, wild train of thought. And that mindset will leave a lot of women alone and single.